Alright, don't worry when you're a man down, boys. Mateus is like an Avid 2 on the pitch. That is crazy. I need to get this guy on my account.
What's up, guys? So I got my hands on Mateus's cards and it took a few games, but honestly I'm impressed. I haven't had a good box-to-box in months and I've always been using orchestrators, and I was convinced it was going to be Gerrard that'd be the box-to-box that I use, but you see him from my videos a few weeks ago, he doesn't have the skills. Good thing is, Mateus doesn't have that problem. Now, I don't have him on my own account at the moment. Today I was using him on a subscriber's account. But with Philip Lahm in the pack 2, I think it's a pack that's worth spinning for. As I said at the start, it did take me a few games to get used to him. So if you're looking at some of the clips now and thinking he doesn't look too impressive, just keep watching. I do kind of figure him out because I was playing him wrong. It wasn't my build, it was my subscriber's build, so I would have built him a little different. But even with the inefficient build, when I started playing him the way I wanted to play him, he became very good.
Okay, Mateus feels very quick there.
So I said in my first impressions video that you can build him offensively or defensively, but with both builds, it still is 8 points into defending. The difference is, do you level his speed or his acceleration? I still stand by that. I think 8 points into defending is the perfect level, just because if you go into 9, you're gonna have to start investing 3 progression points per level. Whereas if you get it at 8, you're getting a lot of the stats up to 90, but also you have room to go into the other stats. And anyway, I think Mateus, he is a box-to-box, obviously playstyle, but the type of player he was in real life, he should be someone who's, you know, getting involved everywhere in the pitch. He shouldn't be specialising in one area. He should be just the most well-rounded guy in the team. And he can play centre-back, DMF, CMF and AMF. So I would leverage that. I would make it so no matter where you play him, he'll be good enough and you can use him on every area of the pitch. But like, if you go too much into the defending, maybe you go 10 or 11, 12 points, you'll see these clips are getting a bit better now of scoring goals and dribbling. You won't be able to do that as effectively.
This isn't even finished and leveled up.
Now, what position to play him? As I said about his stats being well rounded, if you play him centre mid, he's going to be involved across the pitch more in different areas, so you can kind of use those wide range of stats better. But however, when I played with him, at centre mid he was fine, he wasn't doing too much wrong, but I feel like he was best at AMF. That's when he scored all of his goals. I think he got 4 or 5 goals in his last game, so I think that's where he's best. Maybe not best at AMF, but definitely best in at least a centre mid role where he has space to get forward. So if you're using him as a centre mid with box to box, it might be smart not to use an AMF ahead of him, or even if you use an AMF ahead of him, have it on the other side of the pitch, so that when he has the room to make a run forward, you know, the AMF isn't occupying the space and he does get forward and gets involved.
Mateus, I think I want to get Mateus and Lahm on my account.
Okay, so what skills to give to him? Well, if you look at him and you are someone who's going to play him in a role where he can get forward and get involved in the attacking area of the pitch, I think the first skill you need is long range shooting. So I did try a couple long shots with him. The problem with not a player not having long range shooting is when they hit the long shot and they don't have the skill, it's not a bad connection, it's not a bad shot, but it usually just goes down the middle of the goal, keeper right in the middle, instead of actually going into the corner. So I did notice that a few times. After that, because he has the very high weak foot, I'm thinking acrobatic finishing, and you'll see here, this is actually a good example of it. It was the one you see at the very start of the video. He drives into the pitch into the box very well, and he can use his dribbling, and he can go on either foot because of the very high weak foot. So I'm thinking if I give him acrobatic finishing, he'll be better when I'm trying to dribble into the box with him and I'm a little bit off balance and I do decide to take that shot. The acrobatic finishing will help with that. Outside of that, I'm thinking soul control. People always talk about the knock-on finesse, which is obviously very effective, but just a knock-on long-range shot works too to great effect. So I think Mateus is the perfect candidate for that. After that, you know, if you put soul control on, you could put double touch to get that kind of advanced double touch, or I'm thinking maybe cut behind and turn, low lofted pass, because he has weighted pass, and low lofted pass and weighted pass is something since I got Tomiyasu that I've been enjoying a lot. Now the subscribers account that I was using, he does have blocker on him. I didn't really notice it, but that's just because I wanted to play Mateus in a more attacking role. But if you do want to play him in a more defensive one, you can't really go wrong with blocker. In my leveling guide video, I didn't recommend putting points into aerial strength, and I also don't recommend putting aerial superiority on him. It could add a new dimension to his game, but because of his height, I don't think he's ever going to beat the likes of Ronaldo, Haaland, etc, etc. If you want an in-depth guide on how to train Mateus, I uploaded a video on that earlier and it'll be on your screen right now. So I wouldn't put aerial superiority